Hey, in the last few videos, I've shared my perspective should you wait for next generation of iPad Pro and iPad mini models. I think it's no surprise if I use this void of iPad leaks about Cupertino's tablets if I do the same with Apple's mid-ranger, an iPad Air. But before we continue, please reply in the comment section. Is there one new feature that you would like to see on 6th generation iPad Air? Hi friends and welcome to Digital Markings. I'm the channel's host Mark, and this is your dose of latest Apple news, leaked information, tech rumors and product reviews. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button and enable all notifications so you don't miss the next video. This one is powered by Benks. Check out their awesome accessories for iPhones, iPads, Samsung devices and much more on their website. A few months ago I've reviewed Infinity Pro magnetic stand and I'm actively testing Urban Pro case with a keyboard. Their products are cool. Check out the link in the description and pinned comment. Use Digital Markings 15 code and get 15% off. Now let's go. According to latest rounds of news, it appears that iPads will not be as high on the list of priorities for Cupertino's giant this year. If Apple continues the trend that we saw with the introduction of 2022 iPad Pro, iPad Air should feature only smaller incremental upgrade with the new chip being the center of everything. The existing version turned out to be absolutely amazing tablet, which blew our minds with unveiled M1 processor at its core, although limited to 8 gigs of memory. While M1's successor did bring some upgrades with higher clock speeds, faster memory and more graphics cores, in more than 90% of situations, majority of users may not notice these improvements on iPad OS. That doesn't change the fact that we are now expecting M2 silicon in the belly of 6th Gen Air, but as its biggest SAR, for me at least, it still doesn't bring sufficient reason to consider purchase, especially if someone is already riding 2022 model. To make things worse, even a 14 Bionic from almost 3 years old iPad Air will carry you through majority of tasks without hiccups. If you don't own an iPad or your version is a bit older, getting iPad Air 5 is an excellent choice which shouldn't be postponed for the sake of its successor, which arrival by the way seems uncertain for this year. Same goes when we talk about design. There is no foundation to anticipate any worthy changes in its visual style. The latest model represents a second version with this edge-to-edge approach, so it's still too early to welcome any radical change in its look and feel. To simplify, the way it looks shouldn't be a deciding factor if you're on the market for the iPad Air. I believe we can expect design modifications eventually after introduction of 2024 iPad Pro lineup, which should unveil some more dramatic modifications. That also means no bigger display on Air and no promotion technology with higher screen refresh rates. As far as other internals goes, there shouldn't be much of a different story either. Yes, we may get Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.2 or 5.3, but don't expect more. If you're one of those that find cameras important on their iPad, everything you need is already available on Generation 5. There may be an exception. If Apple swaps places of Apple Pencil magnetic charger with front-facing camera just for the sake of bringing front-facing shooter in landscape position as the one on iPad 10. To be honest, I like this a lot, and if I would plan a purchase of an iPad Air, I would feel tempted to wait just for the sake of such small refinement, if I may call it, but that's just for me. So far, everything points at the current iPad Air as a pure excellence, if it fits your budget. If you have more, go for Pro. There is a small possibility that the next iteration of Air arrives with 128 gigs of storage as a new base configuration. After all, for the past 3 generations, iPad Air tablets have been offered in options with 64 gigs and 256 gigs of storage. This year may be the one that lifts it up. To some of you, this extra drive space along with the updated chip would be more than enough reason to stick to your money and wait, especially if price remains the same. But for majority of you, my friends, as I've said, what you need is already available waiting for you. Speaking about 6th generation arrival, I've been anticipating expecting it in the second half of 2023, but no one is 100% certain will this release even happen. I did make similar video, although in my story this also includes the 11th gen iPad. Feel free to check it out. With this I can simply sign out of this short video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up and turn on all notifications. Thank you so much for watching Mark on Digital Markings. We will talk soon. Bye.